Yeah, when you hear that. The first time I dropped my son at daycare, I stayed the whole day behind a tree
You can
looking
be that.
So
I'll
because
tell you
on
when to
their
start.
way. They come out, I'm like, are you? They got one called the cops on. I was like I was like, there's no way because he cried so much. Oh my god.
It's the worst thing. So I just hope it's a blip and she's something.
Yeah, they're so smart at that
I know, I'm
age.
worried
They
now.
know. They're like, I'm gonna do it 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm worried now. She might think I can do it every day, but eventually he managed to get her in.
And your other child is
He's one.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, he's 14 months.
Oh, okay. How, is there any jealousy between
Do you
them?
know, she was amazing because
Oh,
I've got my
really?
sister, she's got kids same
Oh,
age.
good. So
So we saw, they're a little bit older, like
Yeah.
2 months, and we saw, and she was super jealous. So, of Ted, my
Yeah.
youngest nephew, my eldest nephew Georgia was like, that's my mummy girl. And she was feeding him, she was like, that's my mummy girl. And I was like, oh no. But Olive wasn't like that. She's just very heavy handed.
Oh,
Because obviously she's older, she doesn't
Yeah.
really need to hurt him.
yeah.
Well, she started biting him.
I mean, my mom tells me stories of like how I was so abusive. Like, my sister's my best friend because we're only like a year and a half apart.
Okay, you're the eldest.
Yeah, she's like, you used to, like, we could never leave you alone for
That's
5
what I'm like
minutes
now.
because we'd come back and they'd be like bite marks on my sister's forehead.
I know. And he's so funny because it's like, he preempts it, so when she goes near him and she just cuddles him, he looks at me and goes, ah, you guys are like, it's okay, she's not going to. But he's like, help him.
Oh,
But it's
enjoy it. I
nice.
swear this age, I know it's a lot, but it goes so fast.
I know. Oh, really, like when you see pictures, it's because Apple just shares
Oh,
pictures
yeah,
randomly,
yeah.
and I'm like, no, it's unbelievable.
I know.
Just from a year ago.
They change, and this is like, it's so nice because this is the best part, like they're discovering themselves and they
Yeah.
learn things and they say the funniest
Oh, it's
things.
the best. It's the best. Now she's so obsessed with. which
Make a
one?
lot of videos. I swear, if I
Yeah.
can give any advice because now when I look back, I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful for all these videos, and I know he
That's the
will
best
be,
thing. I
and
know.
his kids will be, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like one great thing with AI is like how it can like, even from a picture now, it can make a video.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
An amazing video just from a picture.
Can you imagine?
So now with all the videos we've got, like, we're going to be able to create movies.
I
And we're going to be able to
know,
like
they're
just
gonna
be with them.
appreciate it
Yeah.
and to have it, because you know us, we have like
Just
VHS, like it's
yeah.
like we don't
Yeah, we
photos
get-
that are like the
yeah.
color's gone,
Yeah.
what color our shirt was.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Wow, life has changed so much.
Yeah. It's the best.
Quick, almost ready. We're just gonna do a quick mic
Yeah,
test.
sure,
Okay.
sure.
Can you move the cable?
Yes, I need the cable. This as well. Is that out of the shot here?
Okay. Yeah, just click the middle button. Right, Abby, can I ask you to move it?
Of course.
Yes, that's perfect. Liam, you have a bit of room this side if you want to come to bed. Yeah, that's perfect.
Make sure you give me some room.
Yeah. This is fine. Okay.
Let's finish it.
One moment. Just check the others. Hey, is that where your laptop's gonna be?
Yeah. Is that okay? I'll do it today. Or should I move it to
To the right.
the right?
A bit more.
No.
Yeah.
That means I'm not going to look weird, I'll keep looking to the right.
You're gonna like in between, right? Like,
I'll try my best, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Or if you want, you can do maybe.
Yeah, that's okay. So look, with this, to be honest, like the long form videos,
Yeah.
they don't go that,
They don't do well.
they don't do
Yeah.
well enough. But it's some clips can go really well,
Yeah.
so that's really what it's about. So
Okay.
like, if you feel like you need to pause, it's not, like the long form is not really there.
Okay, good, because you're gonna edit on all of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. And then we'll share it all with you as well. So
Okay.
if you've got someone that wants to use everything that you've said.
Oh,
as well, it's,
excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's fine.
Thank you.
On the side.
I'm just gonna do a quick
Yeah.
Is that
Do it,
okay
do it,
with
go,
you,
go,
so
go,
that I
go.
can tag you guys?
100%, yeah. And we'll do stories as well.
Yeah, we'll just do this.
Oh.
I'll keep doing
We'll tag
BTS.
some
I'll do
stories
BTS.
and BTS, yeah.
I didn't put you, did you want me to?
I don't mind.
Get a
I'm
surprise
fine.
like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
You guys want
You
to
know
go
the
to
mom's
say
on the
bye?
group.
It's not like, yeah, no.
So we also do a weekly vlog
Yeah.
for ACO, for the company. So you guys are on the vlog right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hello.
hi.
We'll start a podcast. Excited. Alright, cool.
Yeah, this time was running just mic test. Liam first.
Yeah, mic test, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Keep going.
Mic test, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. All okay. Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going, more. Okay. I don't know what can I say?
What did you eat for breakfast today?
Do you know what? I just had a bit of nuts, had some grapefruits, had passion fruits. Yeah, bit of mix, bit of everything.
Yes, happy.
I had kefir
Oh, nice.
shake.
I make my own kefir.
Oh, you do? I need the recipe for that
Well,
because
it's so easy. You just once you got the grains.
but you need to put,
you just use milk.
that's it.
That's it.
Don't you have to put any kind of like probiotic or any?
Yeah, it's just the grains. So you basically put it in a jar.
Yeah.
For like with milk.
That will have it itself and
it
then you
just
just.
makes itself.
Oh.
Like.
Do you
depends
have
on
those
the
machines
temperature.
that ferment like whatever, or you just
No,
leave it on the
just
counter?
itself, you just leave it in the cupboard.
Oh, in the
put
cupboard,
a cloth
okay.
on top of it so it can
Yeah.
breathe. And then yeah, I did a few years now.
Mm,
And
you should make a.
Yeah.
Is it recording?
yeah.
You should make a business.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm not just saying this because
So
listen to me,
expensive.
okay? It's so expensive. Do you know, have you heard of the coconut fault?
No.
Okay, it's a big thing on TikTok, alright? And, because I have to be on social media because of coconut.
Yeah.
And there's this thing, it's basically this guy, he makes it at home. It's like a coconut yogurt kefir type of thing, but it's like probiotic, right?
Oh,
And he makes all these weird flavors like raspberry lemonade, like
Yeah, yeah,
cheesecake New York, like all these things.
Wow.
And he sells it for like 20 dirhams, right? Or dollars. Or like some, it's expensive. We don't have local
Yeah,
stuff.
true. I know.
Like you could start and then like do it at the right market. The thing. Just it's an extra side bit. It's not gonna be like your life
Yeah.
ride.
Do you know what? My parents are obsessed with like they do kefir and they do kombucha as well at home. And they do different flavors. I'm boring. I just do plain.
So get
They
their
love it.
recipes.
Yeah.
And everyone loves it. Look, for me, I'm all about supporting. I don't care if I go somewhere and I see like a small business thingy
Yeah,
of
the right
the.
market is so good.
Really, there's a need for it because this is one of also, as much as we eat bad things, it's also very health
Yeah, it's
conscious.
so good to have the probiotics.
So better donate to Hope when you
Donate.
come where
Yeah.
I'm gonna
When
find
we
you.
did that IPO, we got from-
I need a clip of that video, please.
Cadom, right?
Yeah.
Cadom. I'm trying to look.
No, it's
Typical
okay.
English. don't speak Cadom English. Hopefully my daughter will change
So,
that.
yeah, let her learn Arabic at school.
Sure,
She'll, wallah, it's good for her to have. When imagine when she gets older, she can like go anywhere and work like in the region and like, yeah, she's like, I know Arabic and
I
things.
know, I love it.
It's a wicked thing.
I think it helps with the way you think.
Mandarin is
Speak
also
English.
really good.
Yeah,
I would try to get my son, but he was like, no.
The problem with Mandarin is like you're not exposed to it.
I know, but can you imagine if you have that
So
skill?
good.
And even in this region,
Yeah,
because that's like, they have 1 billion people.
I know. I've seen clips of like people from the UK or America who go there and they speak.
It's
and everyone's like, wow.
Because it's such a hard, like,
Yeah. Because it's such a difference,
yeah,
right?
it's so
There's no
different.
letters, so
I
it's
know,
like,
I know. I mean, look at English, like British and Canadian English,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
our words are different, and it's like,
Yeah. Well, I love English. Okay, so I'm going to do
Okay.
an intro
Okay.
afterwards because then I'll have context on what we
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah, okay.
And, so yeah, we're good to go. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I know you're super busy and you must get asked to do these kind of things all the time.
No, thank you. Honestly, I mean, what we do, the most important thing is awareness. So anytime I have a chance to talk about hope, it's
Yeah.
always welcome.
Amazing. So, Dubai Live Podcast, I always love to hear people's stories about how Dubai came to be for them. So what was your journey like to Dubai? How did it come about?
When we were, I'm from Toronto, I'm
Yeah.
Iraqi Canadian, I've lived in Canada my whole life, and then when my father in 2002, I want to say, he moved to the UAE, started a company, and he would tell me, my sisters, guys, you should really come here. Honestly, like, we didn't even know where
Where
the
it
United
was.
Arab Emirates was, we didn't know anything about it. I know it sounds really bad, but, you know, we didn't, so we were like, oh, we don't know, and then we came for a trip, and it was like, we have to move here. I mean, mind you, back then, 20 years ago, it was so much more different. There was such a family feeling to it.
Okay.
I mean, like Hard Rock Cafe was the last
Yeah.
point, and then, you know, American University. And
Was that near the marina?
we didn't even, yeah, we didn't even
There was
have,
no marina,
there
but
was
it
no
was
marina.
where it is now.
That was the last point, you know, and then it was, felt like so far when we used to go there. We only had City Center, then we had Mercado afterwards, and then we got Mall of the Emirates. So, you know, we went through this whole, like, we grew up with, like, sort of the country in a sense, right?
So you moved 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then got married here, and then got divorced, and then when I had my son, I moved back to Canada for 4 years because I thought, oh, you know what, I'm gonna, you know, I just think maybe it's better to go back home. I was wrong. After 4 years, I was like, no, I really would love to come back. And honestly, as we were talking before this, I really went back to the safety because I was thinking, I'm a single mom, I'm gonna be at work finishes around 6, 5 o'clock. My son's gonna be in school, he's gonna be going to grade 1, he's gonna be finishing around, you know, noon or 3.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to, you know, the safety part of it, like how was I gonna sustain that where I knew like if I came to the UAE, I'd be able to set up a life here and it would be a life that would be, you know, great for my kid.
Yeah. I think safety is so important. It's
Yeah.
something we take for granted. But what is life? I've heard Toronto's an amazing city and I was about to visit just for
You have to,
and
have to.
I was really upset that I didn't get the chance to visit
Okay.
because it looks amazing.
It
I love
is.
New York.
Oh,
so
no.
it's anything
Yeah,
like that.
Toronto is like the cooler.
Oh really? Okay.
Oh, I would say we're probably like the equivalent of New York for the Canada, right? I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
Canadians are so nice, we're so friendly,
Yeah.
we have the best food. You know, actually, Canada, Toronto is a lot like the UAE because it's so multi-cultural, so
Okay.
multinational. There's like, it's a melting pot of
Yeah.
all different nationalities and cultures and religions. So I think that transition to the UAE was so natural
Yeah.
to me.
Really used to
You
that
know, because
vibe.
I'm so used to that. You know, coming from Toronto, you should definitely go. But you know, like any big city, it's definitely not what it was. It's not even
Yeah.
what it was 20 years ago.
It's just sad.
It is sad. It's heartbreaking because, but you know, I think that's also a testament to Dubai because I always had this thing in my mind like I'm gonna go back. You know, like okay, one day I'm gonna go back. Like once, you know, you said go to university, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back. Or once, now I'm like I'm never going back. Like this is my home. Like this is where, you know, my son was born. This is where I've been raising for the last, you know, 12 years. It's just I can't picture myself anywhere. I mean, you know, if you go, I mean, and I swear I don't want to sound like, you know, forceful. Anytime you travel outside of the UAE to Europe or something, you're quickly reminded of just how fortunate we are to live in this beautiful city. Everything's at our access. It's safe. You meet so many interesting people. It's so much beyond than the stereotypes of what people think Dubai is. You know.
Yeah, it really is. I think still some people have that thought that, you know, they could never live there full time, like some of my friends back home. But
Yeah.
everyone that actually comes here for more than
Yeah.
a few days realises, wow, it's just not what they thought.
Absolutely. It's, you know, it's like just don't judge a book by its cover kind of thing. Like, but when they come here and they see, I think people are really scared just because of, again, the stereotypes about Arabic countries and, you know, this region and all of that. And obviously, the last couple of years, there's been a lot of, like, you know, things happening in the region. So, but once people come, they're like,
Yeah.
they can, I mean, you know, it's funny because my cousin, she just came here a year ago. Got an internship and got a job. And I was like, what's your plan? She was like, you know, 2 years. I get to go go back to Europe. I need to go back to Sweden. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Now the other day she's like, then she returned home for vacation. She had her
Yeah,
leave. Then she
yeah.
came back. She's like, I am never going anywhere.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a trip back to realise.
Because she realized really, like, listen, Dubai is where dreams come true. You know, it's the land of opportunity. It's like, like back in the days when people used to go to New York because they thought the
I say this all the time.
roads were paved with gold or whatever.
This is the new-
This is the new roads of paved with gold because if you have a dream and you are determined
Yeah.
and you are resilient,
Agreed.
you can have anything here.
Agreed. You hear the stories all the time.
All the
My friends,
time. It's
yeah.
so you could be anywhere and you'll talk to an entrepreneur, a business
Yeah.
person, somebody who's top in the industry, somebody
Yeah.
and you know what, this is the only place where you always hear these stories of like the underdog.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is a city. People think it's the city of like the riches and the money and the gold
Yeah.
and the glam and all of that. No, it is the city of the underdog
Yeah.
because you see stories of people that like really come from nothing
Yeah.
and turn it around and just become something
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really lucky to live here.
I agree. So then, obviously we want to talk about hope and health. That's the focus. And I know that you've been open about experiencing a profound loss, which was the catalyst, and everything changed for you. And I know it's not easy to talk about, and but if you're comfortable a little bit, could you share what happened and how that kind of turned things around for you and did you?
Well, I think what's funny because like you said, is it hard to talk about? I always think at the time, like you think like I'm never gonna get over this kind of thing, like I'm never gonna be okay, I'm never gonna live, I'm never gonna smile, all of that stuff. When my mom died when I was younger, I swear I had this idea where I was like, one day, I don't know where it came from, but I think that's your purpose, you don't know it, you don't plan it, it's not like you wake up like, I'm gonna do a charity,
Yeah.
And I told my sisters, I'm gonna, one day, I'm gonna open a charity for women. Mind you, I'm 16 years old, right?
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say, when was this?
I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I can't even leave the house without like, so I'm like, I'm gonna open a charity and it's gonna be for women and women can come and they're gonna always feel like support and stuff, right? Because my family moved to Canada in like the early 80s. There wasn't that many Iraqis in
Yeah.
Toronto, so it's very
Isolated.
isolating, not knowing the language, the culture thing. It broke my heart when I thought about like, when your mom passed away, you reflect on her life and obviously that I grew up and life happens and all of this and then mind you, I've always been prone to like I have this thing about always wanting to help people, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like something foreign to me, but in 2017 as I, talks about my brother passed away, right? And I don't know if you have siblings or not, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, especially after our mom passed away, it was like us four, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we had each other's backs. And then when my brother died, it really broke me because I realized how naive I was. 'Cause I really thought like, oh, something bad had happened. What are the odds of something?
Yeah.
You're a
just-
kid,
yeah.
you're so. Maybe that's like God's way of protecting you to keep you innocent. So, because if you thought about all the horrible
Yeah,
things that
just
happened,
yeah.
you wouldn't be able to like survive.
Yeah.
Anyways, my brother passed away. I did this charity trip to Iraq. That was like an impromptu trip. I was able to raise, over 100 and something thousand dirhams in 2 weeks. I went there. I helped I helped like, one was the St. Kitts Hospital in Baghdad for cancer. One was the only orphanage in Baghdad for children of like special needs and determination. And then we went to the display with cats. So then when I came back, obviously I had that bug. And I would do here and there, like people would call me like, oh, there's a family, they can't put their kid in school. I'd like send me the details. I think, your purpose is always you working, like using your best skills, right? And
Yeah.
my best skill is I'm a connector.
Yeah.
I can just connect. I talk to, I'm just a people person. Yeah, like wherever I go, I'm used to now. I feel like we've known each other for like 10 years.
Yeah. Let's start business.
So I think with that comes, trust. So I have that able to say, hey, listen, I really need help, Liam. I have this family. Let's all chip in. You're not gonna think twice about because it's coming from a trustworthy source.
Yeah.
So then COVID came, right? And then I was in one of the organizations where we did get a pay cut. But I remember, like, I swear to you, when my boss called to let us know, I was like, oh, I'm so grateful. Like, he was like, Abby, honestly, you're the only person that I've spoken to. I was like, how can I complain? Like, I have a home, I'm okay, I'm still getting money, I'm not, what's
Yeah.
there? And then the stories started coming in, like, people lost their jobs, a lot of people couldn't go to work, companies were closing down. So it would be like, this family doesn't have diapers, and this family doesn't have groceries, so I started doing it like once a week, and then it became like once every couple of days, and then it became like once every day, and then I said, let's do a Facebook page, thinking nobody's ever in the universe gonna like go on there. And then it just grew, and like here we are 5 years later, helping moms across the whole country.
Amazing. That's so, yeah, it's so nice. And did you really feel that, you helping others really helps you?
Absolutely, I swear to you. Listen, I'll even tell you, like, I was made redundant at my job in April. Okay, this April, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
But I was still, I was like, everything's gonna keep moving. I believe everything happens for a reason. And every day I would talk to families, right, as what we do in Hope, and I would hear their stories of them like having nothing, like I would be like, Abby, like, you are gonna be able to like hopefully get a job. Like, think about these poor people who are in these situations. Some of them come with like either very low skill sets or no education or not really even able to kind of work outside because maybe the father gets sick. Like so many circumstances, and I would see what was happening. I mean, that's in Hope, or I would go on LinkedIn and I would see, and I swear to you, thank God, like I'm starting a new role next in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But in that transition, I'd be like, God, I'm so happy that you did this to me because you're making me really be able to emphasize with like when these people, when I'm talking to them and I feel their pain, it's like, oh, if I had a job and everything was going great in my life, I don't know if I would be able to be so like connected to that. People feel it. They feel it in your tone, how you talk to them, the questions you ask. Like, we're not just running it. This isn't just a charity, you know what I mean? It's not just like, here, come get your stuff. It's like, hey, you're okay, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine.
Stories behind
I tell them like, I was a single mom, like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, like, we've all been through so many difficult things, and I think we're fortunate, those of us that are fortunate to have people around us that believe in us and support us and don't let us like let go of the rope, Some people don't even have that. So, everything that I have been through in my life has brought me to this where I am now. Because imagine if I didn't lose my mom, if I didn't lose my brother, if I didn't go through a horrible divorce, if I didn't have all these up and down, would I really be able to connect with someone when she's from another country and another thing, when she's telling me something on my No, I don't think I will be able to. So, so everything that has happened has led to like me being able to do what I'm doing now,
Obviously, you mentioned you're a single mom. Is that why you decided to focus on maybe helping mothers?
When Yusuf was young, when he was little, I was going through my divorce. I had my family support. I was living downtown, my dad's apartment. I would take Yusuf to the YMCA every day. They had like these like baby kid things, right? And I'd meet all these moms because it's downtown Toronto. I'd meet all these moms from like, the special housing communities, let's say, and they would come and they would talk to me about like having to work 2-3 jobs to like make ends meet, and like how they don't have any support from their families, and all these sad stories. And I remember thinking like, wow, like, my God, I'm so lucky. Like, I don't have to worry about that. I never worry about diapers for me. I never worry about health. I don't worry about food. I have a beautiful home. And I remember thinking, I swear, every day I would walk home, I'd be like, one day, Abby, no matter what, if you get in a position where you're able to help anyone, you have to help these moms, because I'm sitting with them, they're thinking I'm like one of them, right? So I'm like, I didn't want to be like, I felt like them opening up and allowing me into that world, like I had to honor that by like doing something good, right? And also I'm a mom, so I know what it's like. It's so hard being a mom, and then not having the items to like do, not having diapers, not having formula, not having clothes. Like sometimes I'll get calls where people have like had the baby unexpectedly in the house, like they hadn't even have time to go, not prepared, they hadn't saved up enough money. what is a pack of diapers and some formula to let somebody know that, like, don't worry, we're here, we got you,
Yeah,
everything's
even if it's
okay.
just like them knowing that
Yeah.
it's out there.
So my party is always, honestly, I laugh because it's always mom and children, but I've gotten a dog in the last 2 years, so now I'm like, okay, we have to help all the dogs. I'm like, God, I need a warehouse.
That's tough on that.
It's so hard now. I'm like a torn. Like I follow all these dogs. That's even like some again. You know, it's about like perspective. Sometimes I'll have like a hard day and I'm like, oh my God, it's so hard. I can't do it. Then I'll go on Instagram and I'll see the animal shelter charities and I think like, oh my God, what they have to do, like dealing with these animals and finding them homes and you know. So
Is there a bit of a crisis with that? Would you say?
oh my
Like,
God, it's horrific. I don't know, maybe because now I'm more aware too, which is
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to say, you know, but you know, you don't have a dog, you don't know like about that world. There has been an increase before people would even like put their animals in like the shelters, right? Now they're just dumping them off in the street just to fend for themselves. And these people, honestly, like, I know I have hope and stuff, but I would, anyone that is listening, please find an animal shelter and support them first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because what they do is like the most selfless thing. They get in their car, they drive around to these areas and they find these dogs. You think it's easy to get a dog into like, I can't even get my dog in the
yeah,
house.
I don't think you don't know.
He's my dog and I'm like, maybe get in here and doesn't listen. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They take them to the vet. They have vet bills like upwards in the 200,000-300,000 dirhams. They have to feed these animals. So please, if you guys are watching this, if you're gonna make a clip, make sure that you say,
Yeah.
please help the animal shelters. Find one. There's so many. Get in contact with me. I'll connect you so many because God knows they
It's really
need it the
important.
most.
Yeah, and it's just not a place for
No.
dogs to be out.
No, can you imagine? My dog would die in 2 seconds
I
in the
know.
wilderness
I know.
outside our house.
Yeah, it's, you see it in where we are. There's just
What
so many
area?
cats as well. Winterbourne Hills.
Oh yeah, there's so many. You have more cats in your
Yeah.
area. The dogs they take them to direct. You know, the
Yeah,
desert
that's it.
area. They take them there and drop. Someone give me a tissue.
I know, that's insane. I don't know what's people.
People are evil.
It's really, it's not.
No, especially if you have the dog in your home and they
Yeah.
licked you and they loved you and they've like.
I know, because the dog just like gives so much love and affection.
I can't imagine you just said he trusts you. You take him in the car and you get out and you leave him and it's like, how do you go on?
Yeah, he's just so terrible sometimes. It's just-
They can also be so amazing.
Yeah,
You know, it's people can also really be. You know, I have people that donate to Hope. It's been 5 years. I don't know them. They don't know me. I've never seen them. I could be standing beside them in a line somewhere, and every month they'll message me on WhatsApp. Like every month, like not what. I don't even have the expectation of it. They'll be like, "Hey, Arby, just want you know, I sent a car for order tomorrow," and I'm like, they'd be like. All the things that people have going on in their lives, you know what I mean? That you actually take a moment to think about these moms and I don't know, there's something so beautiful about that.
yeah, sure.
Nobody knows. It's not like she's doing it. It's not like she's posting on
Yeah.
social media. It's not like she
It's real, she's trying to help.
just trying to help every month, sending her, you know, packets of diapers and formula and like never even ask. Like doesn't even say, hey, do you need help? Or is there anything that you need? She just does it. Like I don't know. People like that inspire you.
Yeah.
So it balances the bad in the world.
For sure, yeah, it really does. How does Hope Amal look like now in terms of, obviously you've helped thousands of families and people, like numbers wise, what is the business looking like? What is the picture?
Honestly, like I can't tell you. I really thought that this was gonna be either just like a one-off thing. I thought after COVID that we could go, but you know, it's getting worse and worse. Before, primarily more of the families were in Dubai based, right? That's like now I have a few scattered. Majority of the families are like in the outskirts, like Ajman or Kuwait and stuff. So the need is growing. We are growing. I mean, that's really honestly why we are. Everything we get, like we're at 1,000 zillion% nonprofit organization. We don't collect any monetary like funds or anything. All we get is diapers and formula. So our members, our Facebook group, we have about 10,000 members there. Our Instagram is about almost like 8,000. These are the members. We call them hope givers, okay?
Okay.
And they're the ones that donate the items. Plus, we take pre-loved clothes. Like we live in the UAE. If there's anything that we have excess of, it is things, right? Especially kids' clothes. You know, you have two little young
Yeah.
ones. They outgrow them so
Yeah, I know, I
fast.
know.
They'll buy something and then like a month later they can't. Instead of like discarding that or throwing it, there's like a mom that's in need, like just 20 minutes down the road.
Be used,
You know, so people donate the items to us. I should say like this is all done with Evelyn, who is my nanny, but I hate the word nanny, but there's no way to describe it.
Yeah.
She's like my life partner, my
Yeah.
everything. She's been with me for 12 years. You know, this isn't like a year, 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, when you spend 12 years with someone, we're sisters. We're like, you know, I tell her all the time, I'm like, you're like my person in life that like, cause you know, she is doing this dream with me.
Yeah.
So people drop items off to us, and then
Okay.
we have a very, you know, rigorous kind of like process because we have to verify the families, because anyone can like write.
I was going to say, how does it work on
Yeah,
that
and
side?
because it's not our thing, it's not like I have endless supply, I have to be really worried of like who gets the items,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
So they fill in a form, they have to upload documents, if you know, if you've got a job loss, you have documentation for that, if so,
Yeah.
whatever it is, I just need to get a sense of like you're telling me the truth, and you can tell early on, you know? So it gets approved, we send it to Evelyn prepares a care package, so she'll be like, oh, these people have like a 1-year-old and like a 7-year-old, what do we have that we can give them? But no package leaves our home without diapers, formula, and women's sanitary pads, okay, these are the 3 musts. The diapers and the formulas are for the babies, and then of course, the moms, we send them sanitary pads, because we learned that a lot of times they even go without, because that 20 dirhams can go towards food, or, so
It's
imagine.
like a luxury that they feel they don't
Can you
deserve.
imagine like, you know, a sanitary pad? So we make sure that every care package has that, and then they go all over. So sometimes we get items delivered with our volunteers. We have a group of volunteers of like 500 people. Sometimes we work with so many courier companies. So because look, we're dealing with like families like in towns I didn't even know about, like little towns in between like Ajman and like Sharjah, you know, like little places like in the outskirts between Al Ain and Abu Dhabi, because
Yeah.
it's word of mouth, because more times than not, if somebody's in need, they live in and around others that are also in similar situations, and we're growing, so yeah, that's why we do these kind of things, so that people can know about us, we need help, like,
Yeah.
you know, like the other day I was saying, like, we're such in need of a storage unit, because like, my home cannot contain everything, so many
Yeah.
times we are offered items, but they're like, hi, I wanna give you 120 boxes, like,
Where are you gonna put
where am I
it?
gonna put it?
Yeah.
You know, we have a unit that we're like renting every month, but it's so small.
Yeah.
So it really, the more items we get, the more people we can help, and hopefully the more people that know about us, because you know, Dubai is, we were talking earlier, is a place where dreams come true. You never know, like somewhere, someone could be hearing this, reading
Sure.
about it, seeing it,
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
hey, I have, you know, a storage room, or I have this, or I have that,
Yeah.
because Dubai is really a very community-like environment,
Yeah.
you know, even though it really is, there's so many, it's a big community and there's so many little communities, and those little communities intertwine with the other
Yeah.
communities, so you always have a connection to something.
Yeah. I think it'd be a great thing for like colleges and universities to, you know,
That's
like
actually
students,
funny that you
know.
say that, because this weekend we're working with the University of Wollongong, okay, they have a humanitarian society, and they're sending over 20 volunteers over the next 3 days with prepared packages, and they're delivering the packages to families in Ajman, Sharjah, and Dubai.
Amazing. That's
So it's wonderful,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
so good. And it's great for them as well. to
Of
see that
course, for them,
balance.
absolutely, I love that, and I love that they have that, and you know, I'm hoping that usually it's a bug, it gets you, so if it's something that you have, then they can maybe continue that, and I always tell them, like, I was talking to the president of, yesterday, the university student leader, and I said, listen, when you graduate this year, you go to you're gonna get a job, and you're gonna go to the corporate world, you know you can bring this with you, right? You know you can be a part of the CSR, you know that you can be the leader, you know you can do the initiatives,
Yeah,
like
so
take
much
this, it
good.
doesn't end here, this is a lifelong thing, kindness can be anywhere.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So I'm gonna ask you a few things now. That hopefully will be great that people could share, you know,
Yeah.
and hopefully take something away from your experiences. So I wanted to ask you, what's something about motherhood, especially here in this city
Yeah.
and this country, struggling with motherhood that people might not understand, you know, what's invisible to most people that are not in your world. You
I think people don't, it's always like one circumstance away from being that person.
know? Yeah.
Okay? People have this like notion or this stereotype of what a person in need looks like, right? We don't know what a person in need looks like because you're just seeing the outside, but I've helped families that live in Dubai Hills
Yeah.
because, you know, the husband lost his job all of a sudden, there's
Savings,
loans, no
yeah.
savings. A lot of people in Dubai don't have savings, right? And let's be honest, you know people who make like 50,000 dirhams and they don't have savings. How is someone making 2,000 dirhams savings?
Yeah, I know. In the same
Like they're, when they get hit, it's a really big hit, you know, and a lot of the time, the people that are here, they are also a breadwinner for their families back home. So it's a big strain, like it's a domino effect. It's not like they can call back home where like, you know, God forbid if something happened, I can pick up the phone and call someone, like my dad, someone, you know, help me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
They don't have that luxury, so I think,
that's the difference.
yeah, and I think people just need to understand that it's not like, you can also be that person. Like, it can happen to any of us, someone can lose their job, something bad can happen, an illness can fall on a family, you know, anything, like anything can come up where you can find yourself in need of some kind of kindness, so. And I think also, people have this idea like, well, why don't they just go back home?
Yeah.
First of all, who are you?
Yeah.
Are you the home police or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, what the heck? Like, is that the answer to everything? If someone has a problem, like, why don't you leave, why don't you go? And I'm like, yeah, but some of them can't. This is their home. Like, let's be honest, I'm from Canada. If someone said go back home, where would I go to?
Yeah.
Like, I've built a life here, my child is here, like, I do that. These are not people that have been here, like, a day or two. Some of them,
much to think about, so much to consider.
yeah, I'm like that. Like, I just wish that people would come into this with a less judgmental lens.
People
you
just
know?
frame it from their point of view and they're like, oh, I could go home because I've just got a house at home.
Absolutely.
And the family there. But people don't even have family. in their
Listen,
countries.
when you are dealing with someone or a situation, you cannot deal with it in how you look at it. You have to deal with it about that person's perspective or that person. For example, even when I'm talking sometimes to the hope recipients and we're trying to get them help, sometimes it's difficult because they don't know like language at all. I'm always like, no, Abby, you have to have patience because it's not like you have to give like this situation. You have to give them like, can't judge the situation based on like what it looks like or you know what it is. No, you have to like listen to the person.
Really
Yeah,
understand.
really understand deeply what is happening. So, and I think people would be surprised to know how much people are struggling.
Mm.
I think people would be really surprised, you know, because like we were saying, unfortunately we don't see it in our neighborhoods all the time, right? And we're all in our apartments and you just see us when we're in the elevator smiling, when we're driving out of our car, when we pick up, you pick up your kids at school, you see the other parents and you smile at each other stuff. That doesn't tell you anything. And I think people need to know that there really is a lot of people who say we want to do help but we don't know where, we don't know how. Oh,
I feel
there's
ashamed.
so many, and you should, you know, and I think that's another thing, like, if we are so lucky to live in this beautiful country, we have these amazing lives, our families are safe, like, we're just good, you know, we're okay, we have a roof over our heads.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too much to ask if we, like, take a little from our time and what
Yeah.
we have, our resources, it doesn't have to be every day, once in a while,
Yeah.
and give back and help, you know, and again, that's a great thing about UAE. There's so many amazing organizations that you can give back and help and actually really make a difference.
I think it's like you just said, I'm just thinking from one of my biggest fears is raising children in this environment of what we discussed earlier,
Yeah.
and this would be such a great way for like maybe 3-year-olds a bit too young, you know.
Yeah.
But as they get older, to get them involved in this kind of
Absolutely,
thing,
you
to
have
really
to.
see the real world and
It's
feel-
so important because those children are going to be the future. I know it sounds like so cliche, but it's true. Like, these children, we're going to be long gone. These children are going to be the leaders. They're going to be the people who move society.
Yeah.
Compassion can only be taught through experience. You can't tell someone, okay, you have to feel sorry for this, you know. It's being in that experience where their heart, you know, and then you explain to them, oh, you feeling sorry
Yeah.
because, you know, whatever it is, you explain that, you explain that. So, our Ramadan initiative that happens every year, which gets bigger and bigger every year. That one is really special because it's two-part. People donate Ramadan boxes, and then the other part of it is families, regular people come on the weekends, they pick up boxes and they deliver them to families, right? They'll take their kids, they'll come with friends, they'll do it, and then I've never had a person do it 1 year and not come back the following year because it's really, one, it takes you out of your bubble
Yeah.
to different areas. You'd be shocked how many people live in Dubai have never been to Sharjah.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what? That's the best
Yeah.
shawarma without the salad, you know? So they go there and then they see how some people are living and the circumstances of
Interacting with the family.
yeah, and then the children,
Children
and
are
you see, they're not any different. You're a mom, that's a mom. The same dreams and wishes you have for your child, they
We're
also
all
have.
saying,
And you have to teach your kids, and that's I think one thing that I'm the most proud of is that my son, obviously he lives with us, so he like sees this. And he'll always say to me like, "Why does our house has to look like this? Like, why is there always?" And I'm always like, "Listen, I'm like, okay, but think about all the people that are, you're using this space that we have this beautiful home. You're using this little space for some boxes." But those boxes are gonna help all these families and make them happy. Is that not like a good trade-off to you? I try to ingrain that in him. Or sometimes he'll be like, "Can I order?" And I'll be like, "Yusuf, like I talked to a mom today and she has 4 kids and like."
Yeah, it's
They
like
never-
such a privilege. You shouldn't just be like expected to be able to
Yeah.
just. But I think also that's good for him to understand as well, for his, mental well-being,
Yes.
to appreciate everything
Of
as well.
course. Listen, you need to be able to feel empathy and compassion to have emotional intelligence, okay? Emotional intelligence is a feeling, right? You feel it, you read the room, you understand the situation, you read the body, you get these like hints of people. So that has to be taught, like it's by example, you know what I mean? Like how you show, like I'll tell you a good story, Imagine all of this, so my son's used to sees us doing initiatives in 5 years, and then the other day, I don't know, I went to make an order and it said your Korean driver has gotten done 20 trips and had 1 tip, for example, right? And then it does. If you forget to tip them, right?
Yeah.
Which I had, so I went back in and I was like, oh, I'm like that's so heartbreaking. What the hell? If you're ordering something for 100 dirhams, you have 5 dirhams, to give the guy bringing it to you, So I remember going in my son's room and being like, Yusuf, sweetie, when you make orders, mind you, he's a 15-year-old, so we're getting orders the regular, okay? Especially when I fall asleep at night and I wake up, there's KFC bags in the kitchen. And he was like, no. I was like, what? I was like, no. I'm like, Yusuf, you have to, sweetie, So the other day he comes he's like, I'm ordering KFC. He's like, and I tipped him 5 dirhams. So he added the 5 dirhams to make me be okay with him ordering KFC. And I was thinking no, see, it's I just assumed that, right? Because I just assumed that he would think that you should obviously give because no, you can assume. So yes, please, if you have young kids, I would say get them early. It can be small things that you can even say to them. It's a great way. Hey, you know what? I know a family and they have a little girl and she doesn't have any toys. So I was thinking, is there something from your toys that you would like to give to her? And it makes some little ways like that. Then maybe she'll go pick up a toy and she gives it, or you explain that to them. It really helps. Actually, the child starts loving it. Then they're giving this, and you're no.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. A few weeks ago, we have a bit of a family tradition. British Sunday roast.
Yeah.
Every Sunday we focus on that as a family. So on Saturdays we go and get a nice judge of meat. And a few weeks ago we were going to get a piece of meat.
Yeah.
And my daughter in the shop needed toilets.
Yeah.
Great time.
Yeah.
And they were renovating the shop and they didn't have toilets.
Oh.
So the lady behind the till said, I can take her.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's fine. She's really nice. So I was with my son and I was pushing the car and she took it outside. Behind there was the warehouse and they went into the toilets.
Yeah.
And then as they were walking, there was a car parked and the lady was waving the car and said, I'm just taking Olive, my daughter, to the toilets. And that was strange. There was a car waiting outside us. Afterwards, on the way back, the car rolled the window down,
Yeah.
and it was the lady's husband. And then
Oh.
the little girl, her daughter, was also in the back of the car waiting for her mum to finish her shift. So they just been waiting all day for her mum. And the girl gave my daughter a little bar of chocolate. And
Somebody
you
gave me a
know,
tissue right now.
I know. I was like, and my daughter didn't understand it.
Of course, but
didn't.
she
But
will.
I was like,
It's that
I'd love to be able
repetition.
to explain that to her. You
That's
know,
so
she's just a little bit too young now, but
Yeah.
maybe in a year or so,
Yeah,
she would get it and
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
be able to explain.
yeah. It starts small with like with her little
And it was
brother,
like,
you know. Like,
Saturday evening,
yeah.
not everybody's in the swimming pool, you know.
See?
Some people actually are like in
Working,
the car,
yeah.
and in the summer.
Yeah. And she should be like, I want to leave, like I'm so tired, I did my shit, but
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, just remind me.
So sorry guys, can we take a 10-second breather?
Yeah.
I'll try to switch back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, your daughter's name's Olive.
Yeah, I know. It's actually my wife's grandma's name.
Oh my,
Yeah.
that is the,
Yeah.
if I ever, I'm never gonna have a kid.
Yeah.
Once you get to the teenage, you're like, I'm not doing any of that. I was telling my friend last night, you know, in our John, because it's so beautiful, the
Yeah.
weather. That's why I love so much kids, and
Yeah,
it reminds me of back home, you know, like growing
so
up.
many things.
And everyone's pushing their babies, whatever, and I was walking with Biggie, and I remember I was like to my friend, I can't tell you, it's so beautiful, like something about walking somewhere and just seeing all these kids and moms and families.
Just the noise of
It-
kids
it-
playing is the
It's a
best.
wholesome
Yeah.
feeling, it put me like on a high, you know, I was like,
Yeah.
but I'm never having any more kids, it really got determined to me because also the kids were screaming.
Yeah, also like fighting and screaming.
But Olive is the nicest
Yeah.
name in the world.
It's so cute, I love it. I was, yeah.
She's probably like the cute, what's your son's name, Ken or
Oh,
Ted?
Arthur.
Oh, Arthur.
Ted is my nephew.
Oh,
Arthur's my son,
I
yeah.
love Arthur too. It's
Yeah,
such a classic,
classic.
beautiful
I know.
name. Yeah.
So Olive's actually a really classic old English name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I think in this region as well, it's
It's so
really nice.
symbolic
Yeah,
for
it's
us,
really-
especially like in Arabic
Yeah,
and Muslim culture.
exactly.
I mean, the olive is one of the only things that's even mentioned in our Quran. You know,
Really?
like
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's one of like, you know, that pomegranate, honey. Like, so you can imagine like what
Yeah.
value it holds on earth.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
olive.
yeah, yeah.
It's such a like spiritual.
Yeah. I feel
Is
like
that a
when
vegetable?
I'm not sure. Fruit. I think it's
Fruit,
yeah.
isn't it?
I'm
Because it's
sure
on the
it's got-
tree
because,
and the
it's got
pit.
seed.
Yeah, okay.
That's the fruit.
Yeah.
So people say olive oil.
Yeah.
You shouldn't leave it for too long. It's like a fruit juice, so it can go bad.
Oh.
So you should
I'm
get
learning
fresh,
so many
you know,
things
like-
today.
Yeah, there you go. All right, a few more things. So obviously you must have had some really like powerful stories about how you've helped. Was there anything that someone, a parent, a mother said to you after you helped her that really stood out, that meant so much to you? Obviously, so many stories. Was there one that stood out?
Honestly, like there's so many that I can't even, because every single one is like a little miracle, okay? For example, the other day we got gift vouchers for a certain family because they're really in need. It's a family that just come here from Palestine. They literally have nothing, so we, you know, the group came together, got them some help. But I had a couple extra ones, right? So I went on our Facebook page just and I said, hey, does anybody is in need of like diapers and formula, right? Like not even thinking about the vouchers. And this one mom messaged me and we started talking. She's 8 months pregnant, you know, and she said, because we don't usually do vouchers or anything. That was
Just
just like
a private message. on the group.
on Messenger, yeah.
Good.
And she said, you know, we haven't eaten in days. Like my husband lost his job. I'm 8 months pregnant. I have 2 little ones at home. And I remember thinking like, oh my god, okay, I have this, like, wow, I have this voucher. So I sent her the voucher. She sends back saying, I know that like God answered my prayer through you at this exact moment.
Wow.
Like, I don't know, when someone says that to you, like when they correlate you with like something spiritual happened to them, it's so beautiful. I get so moved and I'm always like, no, it was totally God. Like, I don't know how, you know, I didn't even,
Yeah.
we don't plan anything. Like, everything just works. Like, sometimes I'll have another example. One mom messaged me, single mom, has a Down syndrome child, cooks and stuff to survive, like makes food here and there. She said, I don't have a fridge, you know, my fridge isn't cool, but this is my livelihood, you know. I was like, oh God, you know, we don't really like deal with stuff like that. Like sometimes we get frigid, it's like a one-off. I swear, I was like to her, don't worry. I'm like, just have faith, okay? I'm like, just pray. She's like, I swear, I prayed, and then someone told me about you. So she goes, okay, I'm gonna, you know, like have faith that it'll work out. I wake up the next morning, I have a message from someone, be like, hi, I have this fridge, we're moving, I don't need it anymore. Do you know anyone that needs it? It's like these little things that are not coincidences, you know? So, honestly, every interaction, because every interaction when I know that a mom is happy, like it's a great feeling, because I'm a mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
Don't
I
mention
love
yourself.
that. Absolutely. Like, I love when, like, I know, like, okay, we did a good thing today.
Yeah.
You know, like, this mom has, because it's not just getting the item, it's like, that mom has, like, a couple of weeks of, like, rest of mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then whatever money that they were gonna spend on the diapers and formula that they don't even have can go towards maybe one good meal.
Yeah.
Maybe buy some meat.
Just get some
Maybe a chicken. Yeah, exactly.
That's important. If you could get one message out to every parent that's struggling or every mother that's struggling in the city right now, what would it be?
Okay, honestly, I just want them to know that this too shall pass. I know it seems like so much, but you know, doing this for 5 years, we've had families that came to us at one point that had, like, I don't know how this is gonna turn around for them. And then it turns around. I know it may seem like lonely or you seem like you don't have it, but it's not true. There's so many people that care. Our members, so many other organizations. Please, if you need help, like, please seek it or please come. And sometimes we're not able to help with everything, but we're gonna help you with whatever we can. Like, at least you'll know, you're walking away from us, that you know 1000% that I did everything that I can to get you whatever, like, it's 1000 hearts. So, and, you know, and just in general to all moms that are struggling, you know.
Yeah.
On my way here, can I just share this little story?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
So I'm a mom too, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm always struggling with the mom guilt of life. Am I doing enough? Do I give too much time to like my work? And, you know, I also work at Hope and all this. I'm constantly battling that. Last year my son had a really horrible year. He had a knee injury. He couldn't play football. Like he had dreams of going to like the World Cup. So you can imagine that like devastation. He was out in bed for like 4 weeks, like couldn't move. He's been doing till now in physiotherapy. His grades went down. Like everything was horrible. As a mom, that is the worst thing. I felt horrible. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, like my child, like I can't even help him because I knew in my heart like he needed to go through that. That's part of the life thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know that's the hardest part,
no,
you know.
hardest part
And
is
also
to
he's
let
a
them
teenager,
experience.
so I'm like mortal enemy number one, the mother. You know, when you're a teen, you're like, my mom is no. Like you're like, Dad, father is a sweetheart, and you it's like what, like you know, like. So I thought, okay, you know what? I have to practice. The only thing that's gonna work is like compassion and like just love him during this thing. And every day I big him up. I'm like, you're the best. You're number one. Like I swear you're like, you know, can you imagine? I'm like, this is, you know, he's going to grade 11. He has like 2 more years. And he's off to university. I'm like, this is what's gonna count. I'm like, I believe in you. I'm like, nobody, anyone can do it. It's you. Like I'm like, trust me. I'm like, moms don't big up their kids if they don't know. Like I'm not telling you go be a scientist.
Yeah.
Because I know that's never gonna happen. But you know. Anyway, so they're into the first semester now. Today he sends me, like when I tell you last year he barely passed. Like it was like a miracle, okay? He sent me this morning, he's like, Mom, I wanna share this with you. And he's getting an A+. Like he's getting A's in all of his classes this year, okay? And you know, I didn't care about the A. I cared like, I'm like, he came through it.
Yeah.
He understands now. Like you go,
struggle.
you know when you go through that hard time, you have to go through it, and as a parent, it's so hard watching your kid, and you're just like, oh, and you know, you give them the life lessons. They're like, okay, you know, but you they got it because he has to find the.
From you telling them, they're gonna learn from experience.
It was the best thing of my life. Like he doesn't even want to be like last year. He didn't want to be involved in any school things. Like so, I think to all moms, like whether you know, just because you maybe you're not struggling with resources, maybe you're struggling with just like emotional or just like taking care of or whatever it is, that we're such a community. That's why I started Hope. That's the whole premise of it, is moms being there for moms, because moms can be judgy and ruthless and mean and I don't know, weird. Like guys, it's so hard as it is, you know, like if I'm a mom and you're a mom and you need something and if I can help you, why not?
Yeah.
If you're looking for a job and I work somewhere, that why not? I just think that really, if we all just come together, it's gonna benefit you the most. Because then you have access to all these amazing human beings,
Yeah.
people that are there for you. All of us here are like, majority of us are expats.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we want that second layer of like family or friends
Sure.
or
I think we
community?
need it.
We
I
need
think we need
it.
it just as much as we need healthy food and hydration. I think social interaction is part
It's
of
so
our
important.
need as a human being.
Listen, there's a small city center, like place beside in Arjan, right? It's called My City Center. It's a small little one. And then for the last 5 years, it's been the same guys that wash the cars there, okay? It's the same guys. I see them all the time. They're my friends.
Yeah.
Like when I come, like, hey, where's the other guy today? They're like, oh, he's not feeling well. I'm like, oh no, you know, like let him know,
Yeah.
whatever. Like even that is like a little community.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like I'll come, they're like, hi ma'am, and like everyone's like in the parking lot looking at me like, what is going on with this lady? And because guys, I see these human beings for 5 years. I come
You
park.
get lift that as well. The
I love
interaction is
it. They
great
get
for you.
when they see you and say hi, they get so happy because it's like a friend or somebody. You know, I'm gonna reciprocate that
Yeah.
same energy back to them. So I love it, but I'm like I get so much pleasure when I get in my car and I'm like, bye guys, like bye. You know, it's a very
Yeah.
nice feeling. Even though I'm here, if anything happens, I got these 5 guys that are gonna help me.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
it's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's my old Toronto mentality, but you know that stuff.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want that feeling everywhere you go?
You can have it.
Absolutely,
There's
just be a
always-
kind human
yeah.
being, you know, just take the time to look at people, ask questions, care, smile.
Yeah. It's interesting what you said about like how that makes you feel, because
Yeah.
when you think about it, it's not just you giving out like your energy and your like kindness. It's like you get a lift from that as well.
You know, this morning I was thinking about this podcast and me coming here, and I was like so nervous, right? I was like, oh my god, like it's really not my element. Like I'm just like a background. And I was thinking, yesterday, for example, I went to our warehouse, right, the storage unit.
Yeah,
I like to
yeah.
call it the warehouse, like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the universe. And it was just me, and I was opening boxes of diapers because my car's so small, so I had to like take them out and like put them in the car because like big things that we had gotten. And I was there for 2 hours, like walking back to the unit and to the car, and I was sweating all of this stuff. And I got in the car, and I was like, I just had the best day because I did something that was not for me.
So
That
satisfied.
okay, yes, it's my group and stuff, but like I have volunteers. I'm like, hey, can you guys come help me in 15 minutes? Because it'll all be done and like been home, you know. But there's something satisfying when you just do not think about yourself for a moment,
Yeah.
or we get lazy doing things for ourselves. Can you imagine if you're like, you know what, on Saturday I'm gonna go to Fitzgerald, I'm gonna like walk these stray dogs in the shelter, for
Yeah.
example. Or you know what? For example, there's this group, it's called Birthday Bliss, you know? They do amazing things. Every month, they throw a birthday party for disadvantaged children. Okay? So a lot of the families that they throw the birthday parties are Hope families, right? So imagine every month they'll do this big birthday party, they'll invite 20 families and the kids, and they'll get each kid a cake and presents and stuff. Volunteer there, send gifts. Like, there's so many good things that you can do,
Yeah.
you know, because I think people think like when you're doing the good, you're helping the person, but hello, no, you're helping yourself.
Yeah.
That's why it's addictive.
That's the key.
In a good way.
Yeah, I think that's what people need to take out
Yeah.
of it. You know, you can actually benefit from
And it's the
yourself.
best
from
feeling.
goodness.
It's the
I think we
best.
should all chase satisfaction as opposed to happiness, because happiness would be, I'd be very happy just sitting,
Yeah.
eating crisps, watching Netflix. I
Oh,
feel great.
yeah.
But then I go to bed at night and think, I really feel satisfied in myself. But that satisfaction lasts so much longer
Oh my god.
and
It's,
so
it's,
more important.
you know what you should, it's like, live towards the things that make you feel human.
Yeah.
Okay, like for my rule of thumb, every day when I go to bed at night, I always ask myself, like, are you proud of the way you lived your life today? Like,
Yeah.
were you a good human? And it makes me reflect, like, oh man, I should not have had road rage at
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Hassan
yeah,
intersection, you know? I could be easier with that, or like that's how you should. It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, I did this or whatever. Those things are superficial, you know. Even the titles or promotions or houses or cars or vacation, that's a time and then it goes. But the things that you do for other people, that is like forever, and it's like in your heart, it never leaves you, it's part of your DNA, you know?
Yeah, it's powerful. I think we've already answered some of these, but if you could snap your fingers and solve one problem, like one issue that people mainly have here for struggling families, what would it be, and can regular people help with that? There might not be one problem. There might be.
Yeah, I need to do like 10 snaps.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I need like a genie with 3
Snap
wishes,
it,
okay? You know, look, I just want to say to whoever's watching this or whoever comes across this podcast that there really are so many people in need of help, you know, and I know sometimes people have a feeling like, oh, we can't trust, or how do we know where it goes, or where. I welcome you. You can come. I'll give you a family. You can go with your own and see with your own eyes. These people are just like us. Like you never know. Like one day, like we're on top, and the next day something horrible can happen. So, please get involved. Choose an organization. Choose several organizations. Take if you have children, please take them. It's so important for the children. I try to go to a lot of schools and talk and stuff because I want the kids to learn about helping each other and being there for each other. You know. And then for the families that do need help, please don't suffer in silence. Like I can't even imagine like that feeling of like not knowing or not having anyone to turn to. Like I think that is a blessing. If you are human and you can turn to at least one human being that you can be like, I need help, or I don't know what I'm doing, or guide me. You have to understand that these people, when they come to us, we're like a last resort.
Yeah.
So we're not asking, like we're you know, it's like I say, it's diapers and formula. Like we all can buy a pack of diaper, you know. Like we're not even asked for the expensive kind. It's egg. We get the whatever's on sale, formula. Because so you're like, oh, that's 200 dirhams. No, but that 200 dirham of stuff to the mom, like they call me crying. And I feel embarrassed sometimes. I'm like, I didn't even give you any, like, you know, it's like so little. So if you are someone who are fortunate, please get, you know, involved and help. And if you're someone in need, also please reach out to us. And inshallah, we can help you.
Abby, thank you so much.
Thank
That was
you.
amazing. That was really good.
Thank
And
you.
great energy, and I
Thank
really
you.
love what you're doing, and I
Thank
can't wait to
you.
get my family involved.
Listen, you should get involved in
Yes.
Ramadan, honestly.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Maybe you guys can do, I don't know how old the kids will be by then.
When
You
is
should
it?
go- Ramadan's February.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then you can take 1 or 2 boxes, deliver it to some families,
we'll do it.
or,
Definitely.
you know, but honestly, I'm so grateful for this opportunity because
Yeah.
the more.
Guys, can you just take a seat?
Oh, yeah, sorry, okay.
We'll just do some pictures.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, okay.
Some fake conversation.
Yeah,
pictures,
okay.
So we'll just keep talking
Okay.
and then we'll switches. Yeah, we're in. I'll bring all this shit.
Please, because look, the more people that we're getting so much credibility.
Johnny love this when my mum visits because she usually comes for 6 weeks at a time. But she's
Oh.
just going to pay for the flight and not get the maximum.
Yeah, does she come
stay.
at holiday time?
She
or-
comes. They usually come twice or 3 times a year.
Good.
She would love this. Honestly, she
Oh
would
my
get
God.
involved.
Yeah, please connect her with me when she
Yeah.
comes because, listen, you gotta tell me, like, obviously off the record,
Yeah.
I don't want to kill you guys. I'm just
No, no.
when I started Hope, everyone was like, don't do it, you're gonna go to jail, it's against the law. They have very strict rules here. I've been trying to get a license for 5 years, okay? That's why I'm like, I was like, fuck this, like, this
Yeah.
is still, I'm like, Dubai is about who you know. I have this, call me delusional, call me silly, but everything up to this point has been delusional and it's happened. So
Yeah.
who's to say, I just have this feeling that one day someone's going to have us, like one of the shams, somebody, I don't know, somebody in a prominent
Yeah.
position that will
Very
be able to
soon.
just connect me in the right way.
Yeah.
You know how many people in this country have money,
Yeah.
and a lot of people really want to do good with their money.
I saw an article yesterday. One guy donated 110 million dirhams. He basically put his buildings into a charity, and the income from the buildings supporting all the charities. It was like in 3
Guys,
times,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not
and
that
that's like
this.
110 million. It's just
Can
like,
you imagine what I can do? I don't even need 110
Yeah,
million. I just need like
absolutely.
50,000.
Yeah.
I can buy more than storage room, like, you know.
yeah.
Because I work full time and I do this, but
Yeah.
the more people that know about us, like for example, they said to me, the fine was 250,000 if you get arrested doing this, right? But you know the UAE, like I bet this is weird. So you think they don't know my Instagram? We had the biggest Palestine fundraiser ever.
Yeah,
Like it was like the warehouse. Emirates right president had to close the warehouse 3 times because of the
horrendous
they would
publicity for them.
yeah
They
they
don't
would
want that.
they don't want that.
They
So
want the opposite.
look, I'm allowed to do what I'm doing. I just can't see it. Like a lot of the reason why these families are in this position is because let's say he loses his job. Then he's like, I'm gonna try to find a job, right? Then they don't find a job. Then they're overstayed. Then they have like, I have a single mom that I'm now like going with her to Rera. She and her husband rented an apartment. They were gonna do like partition, you know, like this business that they all do on that side of the
Yeah.
hood. Something fell through. The husband got deported. Some I don't know what, God knows what. She's here with 4 kids. Leah, if you see where she lives, Leah, it's like this, like to this door, like just like a closet, like a room, like a little, I don't know what, like an under staircase type of thing, okay? With 4 kids. I went to Rera. I did an appeal for her case because she has a $58,000 dirham case, right? I went to the landlord. I was like, please have mercy. Like, it's not. So you're never gonna get it from this lady. Like, take a look at her. She's homeless with 4 kids. Like,
What's she gonna do?
what's she gonna do? Like, she can't work
What's she gonna
nothing.
do?
We said no.
1,000.
Then we went to court. I appealed it, and the judge said no. You have to pay it. I told him, okay, well, where? She can't even get a job. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can go to my community because I'm some really like big people things. You know, like, people are really well off. Like Australia, Dubai is just like it's exclusive everything.
Yes.
But then I'm like, okay, that's only 58,000 is the court case. Then she has like 70,000 overstay. Then the kid, it's like how can it's like they fall in a rabbit hole.
It's almost even worse than like other
Like you know how we get 30 days, like if you come with Canadian passport, and I think British also, even if we lost our job, we have 30 days.
Yeah.
And then we go to Oman, we just turn right back and come back in, you know.
Yeah.
They can't do that. Some of them are like 1 week, some of them are like 2 days, and different things based on the nationality. Like remember when they had like there was a ban on Nigerians? Like you couldn't do Nigerian visas. That was like a period after like COVID.